Number 2 was Bodak Yellow. Number 20 was WAP, and number 71 was Put It on the Floor. And Spotify is probably, and I think that's one of the cool things that Spotify does do to kind of keep themselves in the conversation, because they allow the artists to know their numbers, or they give the artists these awards, or they tell the artists, hey, this is the most streamed, this, that, and the third. So it's give people something to kind of celebrate, because everybody always kind of want to feel validated, or you want to feel like you have accomplished something. So you see a lot of people a lot of times get excited when Spotify give out these type of numbers or give out these different type of awards. So again, shout out to Cardi B for having 3 songs in the top 100. And Apple Music did put out a top 100 album. Yeah, I glanced at it. I don't know. I didn't look at the whole thing yet. I don't think they. Oh yeah, homegirl of mine DM'd me and was like, "Hey, did you look at the Apple Music Top 100?" I was like, "I ain't look at it yet." And then I asked her, I'm like, "Well, what's your thanks on?" She's like, "They ain't put the whole journal out yet." So she said she ain't really look at it. I'm just giving people a heads up. So if you see it, so when eventually the whole list come out, and one of them slow weeks, we can get into it and break it down and look at the list. But there was a lot of albums on there. I'm not about to act like I even knew what all of them was, because it was a lot of miscellaneous. Or I can't say miscellaneous if you want somebody top 100, but there was a lot of albums on there I wasn't familiar with. So I will take time to actually look at it and kind of get it familiar. In other news, Rich Homie Quan has officially been subpoenaed to testify on the Young Thug RICO case. And for people who don't know, it's not when I say testify, not testify, I apologize. They call him as a witness. So he don't necessarily, I don't know what they're going to ask him. Nobody don't know what they're going to ask him. And then I'm sure he made sure his lawyer came out and said, this don't mean the Rich Homie Quan is testifying or nothing. So don't start calling him no snitch or nothing. You got summons. Like if you sit here and witness something, like if you witness a car accident and it's a bad joint, and the people be like, hey, well, we need your incident report or whatever the case may be. And if you right there on the scene, you can get summons for like an incident report. So you don't necessarily know what the questions they're going to even ask him, or how he even going to answer these questions. He just got subpoenaed to become a witness on the in the Young Thug trial.
That was when he started it. That was like the first one, right?
What you mean? What's the first what?
Him and Rich Homie, because that was with him and Birdman, right? Rich Homie and
I mean, he was in. So Rich Homie was in Bird. I mean, if you ask, he was in Rich Gang. Yeah, they was a group. It was them two. They were in Rich, and they were in Rich Gang. I mean, I ain't gonna say the first one. That was kind of realistically the only one. I mean, of course, he tried to like hold it on when they stopped, like still banging out like Rich Gang. Like even
that's what I'm saying. That's when they first really started catching.
Oh, both of them, yeah, for sure. I mean, mainstream wise,
they got one with Kendrick, right?
Who?
Them.
Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan? No.
Swear it's a joint to him and Kendrick. It was doing. I think that was like the whole Rich Game joint. No. I swear.
I mean, you may be right, because it's a lot of songs that got leaked out. I never heard it. I never heard it.
That I heard with him and Kendrick on there. It was Kendrick and them on there, and it was that. If I said that's what I remember, that's why I think when Young Thug really started to, because what was his first breakout?
Stoner, or it was Stoner. I'm a stoner. And what was the other joint that Nicki got on?
Danny Glover.
Yeah, Danny Glover. Yeah, so I'm a stoner, Danny Glover. Those was like his first 2 breakout songs.
Yeah, and I want to say it was a Rich Game joint, and I swear it was.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right. I don't, like I said, I'm not about to sit here and make like, I know like the standout songs from their first project they put out, of course, was Lifestyle. I don't necnecessily know all the other songs, because you got to think about it, I think they had like a project that got, the whole entire project got leaked. Yeah, so I don't know who was on it. So I can't disagree with you and say that they didn't have a song with Kendrick Lamar. They might have. I don't necessarily remember, but I'm sure for people who just like, dang, why they Rich Homie Quan? Because of course Rich Homie Quan was in Rich Gang, and then that whole little the bus stuff getting shot up with Lil. So they probably gonna ask questions. And Rich Homie Quan realistically has ties to YF and Lucci and Young Thug. So I'm sure realistically it kind of makes sense. So even if you watch any of them YouTube videos, they have thrown Rich Homie Quan name in some of them joints. Like if you go on YouTube and watch, I think the Trap Laws Raw joint. It might be Trap Law Raw, I'm not sure, but it was like YSL versus YFN. Like Rich Homie Quan, because he was affiliated to one of the guys, like he was affiliated with that situation. So I'm sure it kind of makes sense. I know Rich Homie Quan still wants to have a music career, so I can't imagine Rich Homie Quan going on the stand saying anything that's going to completely end his music career as well. So it's kind of like, I mean, take it for face value. Because and we can kind of roll this off of Tina Knowles. People don't know who Tina Knowles is. That is Beyonce's mom, and she basically came out and was like, I don't like when Beyonce tries to use her music to take a stance politically or try to educate people, like when she's trying to like be preachy, almost like her Kendrick Lamar thing in the verses. Like, I don't like when Beyonce get too preachy on her music, where she's sitting here trying to like be woke Beyonce. She was like, man, find somebody else to do it. You shouldn't sacrifice your career to kind of, I guess, almost be like,
well, what you got to do it though?
I'm me personally, I'm not a fan of when people do it in music at all. Cause I like, especially in 2024, though, if I really want to sit down and listen to something that's going to be educational, I'm going to listen to a podcast. I'm not about to make it like I'm the super, I want to hear people talk about it with the music thing. I'm not. Cause I told you sometimes when
but you might be one of the millions. That's why I'm saying I get what she's trying to say, but you can't sit here and say, don't speak on it. Because then you, like I said, at the end of the day, you still gonna catch backlash regardless. You might not, I don't want you for that whole woke or whatever the case may be, but then there's somebody, I do need some inspiration for you. Because she do speak to a lot of.
I know that's what I'm saying. I get this one. I agree with you. She speaks to a large audience, but I can understand. Like for her mom, it's like it's almost like how would you try to give? I forgot who we was talking about when we kind of brought it back to the Michael Jordan thing. It's like everybody buy shoes thing, and that's kind of like the stance her mom taking it. Like, don't get too woke, and you trying to be on here like you're some damn activist, and you kind of like you said because she has such a large audience. Don't turn some of the people off because you trying to be on here too preachy, trying to relay a message to.
But a lot of people still kick they back in, just like we kick Jay-Z back in. With Jay-Z never been a whole vocal for the community, or I want this and I want that.
Yeah, but because you can take your stance where you put your money at, because just even what you was about to say, yeah, Jay-Z never put it in his music, but Jay-Z also has when people was getting locked up during COVID, when people was doing the protesting, he was bailing people out.
But that's what I'm saying. But even when we look at Beyonce, I feel like she is a figure where we got to hold you accountable. Like, all right, you getting the money off of us, but then what are you putting in that community too?
Yeah, so where you spend your money don't have nothing to do with what you putting in the music though. You can give money back personally from the community. You can have fundraisers and send kids to college. You can do all these other things. You don't necessarily have to.
But as a black community,
put it in your music.
But do you value that as a black community? Do you value anybody who don't put back in the black community?
You missing the point. That's what I'm saying. She can do that. She don't have to put it in her music. When I listen to music, I want to be entertained. I don't want somebody to be preaching to me. I know if I want to listen.
Judge? Okay, but do you judge her? Okay, let's take Beyonce for example. If she just said, "Well, all right, the black community not buying my albums, but the white community, I'm gonna make more white music than I make black community." Do you sit here and judge her like, "Oh, damn, you make all this pop shit, but you're not making no"?
No, I think you missing the point of what her mother saying. She said the messaging in the music. You don't need to do it. Let somebody else do it because of what you're saying. That's why I don't know. Sometimes you listen.
No, I'm saying, but okay, but it's nobody else. There's nobody else out there that's performing on her level, right? So we can't go to nobody else. So she is the face of the black community. That's why I'm just saying is we're not looking at Rap City. We're not looking at Erykah Badu. We're not looking at Lauryn Hill. We're not looking at none of them for whatever you have for the black community. We're looking at Beyonce. So yes, you are a black person. So you saying, well, I'm not gonna pay no mind. I'm gonna just portray to everybody else. Is like, all right, well, damn, what the hell are you here for?
I disagree. I think the music you got an opinion on. You got to take.
I feel like I don't know if it's necessarily a problem because she does have a big voice. A lot of people do listen to her. So for her to speak on it makes it seem like she actually kind of cares. So I don't see why it would mess up the music because I'm not a big fan of her country album, but a lot of people are. So it's like, I feel like when it comes to Beyonce, she can in everybody's eyes, she can kind of do no wrong. So for her to speak on it kind of humanizes her a little bit to say, okay, I acknowledge what's going on in the community and I'm going to speak out about it.
But you're not going to take nobody else vocal. Because like even with Alicia Keys, all that, they got plays, they got this and that. It's just like, who Beyonce voice over Trump everybody.
I mean when you say it like that, I get it, but I do think again that sometimes to me is I almost blame the people. I blame other people with voices because just like when you brought up Rap City, how many people like even so a perfect example. Let's just use Rap City and let's just use that example of what you and I can tie this almost back into Joe. I seen him do like a whole Patreon jump with her, but when her album it's on YouTube. So even when her album came out on Friday though. You didn't talk about it on Saturday. You took 40 minutes, and that's why I seen people getting mad at him on Saturday. You took 40 minutes to tell us why Cardi B not putting out the music, but you ain't even talk about you in New York. You ain't even talk about A Boogie Project, and you didn't talk about Rap City. So it's like the point of what I'm saying here saying like people like we can't just be mad I can't put all the pressure on Beyonce because somebody like Rap City, you absolutely right, talks into a larger topic matter or subject matter. So that's why I don't agree with just, hey, let's put it all on Beyonce's shoulders, because that's not what got Beyonce popular. But for somebody like Rap City, that's what she's trying to get popular off of. Even for Kendrick Lamar, when he going back and forth with Drake, that he knows this is what I got popular off of him. That's why even when Drake said you trying to rap like you trying to free the slaves, because you know for a fact Kendrick Lamar built his career on that type of messaging. So yeah, why not highlight? So everybody don't have to put all the broad on. I'm not looking for Drake to have no goddamn messages, because he ain't never in his career, he never had. So that's not what I'm going for. Lil Wayne, I tell y'all that he's the greatest rapper of all time to rap about absolutely nothing. I'm never looking for Lil Wayne to have no political stance on no music.
So okay, now how you use the podcast world. We're not going to Joe Rogan to get no black views, right? For him.
It depends on who he got on it. He just had Terrence Howard on it. I mean, the whole time. He just had to, oh my God, Terrence Howard. I cannot believe you went on Joe Rogan and literally sound like, I have never in my life cut a Joe Rogan episode off 5 minutes into it, dog. Terrence Howard just went on Joe Rogan and did absolutely anything, dog. I cut that off in 5 minutes, dog. He got on there talking about when he was in his mother's stomach. He talked about his kid, how he was with his kid was in his wife's stomach. I'm like, bro, this nigga is tripping. I'm cutting this off. I'll catch you another day, Joe Rogan, because this Terrence Howard Jones, I literally couldn't make it in there 5 minutes.
But that's what I'm saying. But how you put Joe Rogan at the highest of the highs, right? But you're not going to Joe Rogan to get your black takes or anything.
No, because that's not what he built his platform on. That's not what I'm looking for.
Even with him though, I'm not going to cater to the black community because that's not my audience.
For sure.
But I feel like with her saying that, it's just like the black audience is not your money seller. The white audience or everybody else is your big money. And that's why I feel like what she said, it was like, well, damn, you being a black mother is like, all right, well, damn, she is black. So why can't she speak on the black situations? Because we don't have nobody else to talk about it.
And it don't have to be all of her music. Like she doesn't have to change
but you
everything.
You can still speak on it.
Yeah, she can still bring it up, but that's not going to be the basis of all of her albums. No.
We're not sitting here going to look for her inspiration, but we do want to hear you speak about it. And that's why I only think it's like, no, she is right. But I'm just like, well, okay, but then why are you not speaking on it? Because like, even when y'all sit here and talk about Jay-Z, right now, Jay-Z's putting all these black performances in the Super Bowl. He changed everything. So if he just start putting white people on there, y'all gonna, oh damn, Jay-Z, you was the man who was trying to control this. Why we keep looking at these white people? Y'all will feel some type of way, right?
Unfortunately, these kids don't have a lot of people or different things to look up to. So they look to the YouTubes and the music and the rappers and the singers to get their information. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't. So for them to speak on it, then it's like, oh, okay, now I know. Like if I mention something to my daughter, she'd be like, oh yeah, I heard so-and-so say that in the song. So they're not hearing it. A lot of stuff don't get taught in school no more. A lot of stuff they don't watch the news, of course, but like, so they're unaware of everything that's going on until their favorite rapper, singer, or somebody like that might point it out to them.
I'm okay. Since y'all make it like that, I'm cool. I can't. I'm not. When we don't gotta beat a dead horse. I'm with y'all. If that's y'all both are parents, and the way you just said it and broke it down, I'm cool to agree with that one. So y'all take Beyonce. I mean, y'all disagree with Beyonce mother. I'm cool with it. I can agree with it because we just talked about parenting and we talked about music. It is a young man from Virginia. What is his name? Rollo Honcho. He was literally on I don't know if he was on TikTok live or Instagram live, but he was on one of those lives on social media and literally playing with a gun with a beam on it. I thought it was Twitter. It's on social media. I sent you, the video of you, if y'all want to watch the video is still literally on social media. He literally playing with a gun and literally blew his brains out on camera by accident. But that's my thing of when now his family, I guess, was raising a GoFundMe to get, so he can get a proper burial and stuff like that. But again, to me, and again, rest in peace to him. And I know his family probably going through a lot of things, but sometimes when we have to go back to talking about parenting, it's like, dog, what the hell is going on? This is a 17-year-old in somebody's house playing with a gun. Screw the rapper part. This is still a kid sitting on social media playing with a gun and literally blew his brains out, bro. That's crazy.
And the video went up. It could have got deleted.
No, the video is still on social media right now. So people got to constantly continue to watch that. But my thing of it is you allowing this in your house. Minus the rap thing is the extra sauce, but it's like, how do you not know what's going on in your home? How are you not on, even if your kid is a rapper, so you are not paying attention to what your kid is doing or what he portraying himself in his music videos?
you as how you lived your life. Did your parents know what you was doing outside?
I wasn't doing it in the house though.
You was
outside and in the house is two different things.
But it don't. But that's my thing. I just feel like you kind of get away from what you did, and your parents didn't know that you did do. A lot of stuff you did get away with that your parents didn't know with it. It's a lot of stuff that we do, and your parents don't know anything. Everybody can write a book and tell the wild stories that you live. Oh, damn, I did such and such and I made it home. Oh, I did this, blah, blah, blah. Everybody have a story. But sometimes I feel like what we don't hold accountable is just like even the safety of yourself or what you put yourself into. And even with him, you're playing with a gun. You took the safety off and touched on the trigger. Why you even take the safety off? I don't even know too much. I never even touched a gun. For me to sit here and say, I saw that you hit the damn safety thing off of it and you touched the gun. It's sensitive. That was just stupid on your part. For you to sit here and show a gun off, why? For what?
But again, so my thing, Marcus, is too when I say I blame some of it on the parent is because dog, you still like the difference between when you saying
but if you at work and he made this video while you at work.
I hear what listen to what I'm saying. I'm sure this is not his first video. I'm sure this wasn't his first song. I'm sure because no, it wouldn't be rap. They wouldn't put a rap about it. They just would have said a kid was on social media and he uploaded it, whatever the case may be. So that's my point. When you sitting here saying, "Hey, we was kids and we did this thing," and thing
from his parents, right? He got that gun on his own.
No, so listen to what I'm saying. If a kid, if I'm listening here, say if I got a kid, right, and my kid want to be a rapper and he rapping about guns and he rapping about trapping and all this, I'm sure somebody's going to bring it to my attention what my kid is rapping about. Even if I'm not, somebody else is going to tell me. He got siblings close to his age or he got cousins or friends. Somebody going to tell me something. If he popular, people know, I'm going to ask him, hey, why you rapping about this gun? Where your gun? I'm going to go through his room. Dog, there's no way in the world. Nah, dog, I'm sorry. I can't keep giving parents like, like, nah, it's not their fault. They wouldn't know. Like, yo, you got to know something.
But sometimes kids will find a way to do what they want.
No. Perfect example, even with us. Dog, you sit here to snitched on what's name about, you buying albums for him with Eminem, with Jeff. He didn't know, Donnie didn't know that Walmart sell the edited version. He's younger than all of us. And she was sitting there buying it because it was Eminem. She didn't know no better.
You're talking about music somebody listening to and somebody just rapping, dog. There's two different things.
So he is a rapper.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying the gun. I didn't hear him rap. I saw the gun footage. So even regardless, you saying you not being a parent, what you do at home or whatever you do when your mother leave, you can say, yeah, I'm going to school. You can go to school, then come back home and you making that video. I don't know what you're doing. When you tell me you leave the house, I saw you leave the house. You snuck back in the house, whatever you're doing, you made that video. I do not know of that. So you can't sit here and say blame me for being a parent. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you why I say blame you, because though if this would happen outside, then cool. You can't, like you said, when you go outside your house, your parents don't know what you got going on. But you don't, as a parent, you can't sit here and say your kids got stuff in their room that you don't know what's in there.
No, be a parent. That's all I can tell you. You saying that how many times you snuck in or snuck out or did whatever as a teenager or even mid adult, you snuck in and did a lot of things your parents didn't know about.
I didn't, and guess what I didn't do? I didn't keep nothing in the house neither. I sold weed. I listen to what I'm saying. I sold weed, but I never kept weed in the house.
But still, it's just you do not know what you're doing. When I go to work, I know you went to school. When you came in the house, I don't know what you did when you came in that house. Yes, granted, now we do have the technology where you got ring cams or whatever. All right, I saw that you came in the house. Oh, yeah, mom, come in the house. I'm about to sit here. Cool, I'm chilling. But when I saw you made that video in the bathroom, it's no ring cam in the bathroom. I don't know what you did in that bathroom. What are you doing in there? You sitting here, you could have been masturbating. You could have did whatever you was doing in there. That's your privacy. But my thing is, you kind of sit here and blame a parent for, you didn't know your gun had.
No. I'm glad you just brought up a perfect example. And we all been kids, and both of us, pause, no diddy. This was some horny niggas when we was kids. Guess what? I'm sure you never did. You never beat your meat when your parents was home, or even had no type of porn paraphernalia in the house.
Hold up. I could tell you a perfect example. And this is my thing. When I got caught, when my mother found out that I was having sex, what was your answer to what you told her when she was like, oh, are you having sex? What did you say?
No, I wasn't.
I was beating my dick, right?
No, hell, I was not. At that time, boy, you crazy as hell. How? What the hell was we watching? It was no porn. Nigga, this ain't, we wouldn't live. We wasn't no young where you can go on your computer and look at porn. We ain't had no computers in the house. What are you talking about? Where did I get the porn from?
All right. You don't remember that conversation.
No, and if I did, I was lying. I wasn't.
Right, you was lying. But that's what I'm saying. But the question was, when she asked you, are you out here saying, no, I got caught.
But I
wasn't even that hot. But no,
listen to what you're saying. Slow down. Listen to what you're saying. You're trying to rewrite the history, nigga. I wasn't having sex at that time. You lost your virginity before me.
Right, but my thing is, your parents did not know what you was doing in the house. Or
what was I doing? I wasn't doing shit.
I'm not saying you was doing anything, but
like
what I'm saying is you could have told that story. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. I lost my virginity before I was in high school. Mm-hmm. So you telling me you lost your virginity when you was whatever your age you were, right? Mm-hmm. But you seen more than I did. So me losing my virginity and when they ask you the question, oh no, mom, I'm a virgin. I just beat my dick when I get horny. They're going to go by that. But if he just sitting there saying, oh, no, I don't do that, whatever the case may be. But then when he go in the bathroom, I got this toe.
I think you just got to be more of an aggressive parent then, dog.
But outside of you taking your kid with you everywhere you go, to work with you, homeschool them, at the end of the day, kids are going to do what they want.
Like I said, that's why I said you can't sit here and blame a parent.
You can blame a parent if they're neglectful and they just out party and they don't care about their kids, but they are parents. I'm a single parent, so I can't be with my children at all times. So I have to take it for what it is. If you say you're doing this, then I'm gonna have to. Until I prove you wrong or I see you didn't do it, then I'm gonna have to go with it.
So I guess
how many people get on there when they child shoots somebody? Oh, my child wasn't like that. He was a good honor roll student.
Now,
you don't know. You don't know.
But you do have to be the parent to pay attention.
Yes.
And notice things. But then like some things can kind of go under the radar. Your kids are not going to be the same with you as they are with their friends.
Because regardless of the gun, right? What if he had a belt to his neck? He was getting bullied. You didn't know that. You didn't know he was getting teased in school. So that's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and say, oh, it's the parent fault. I didn't know that was going on.
I mean, the only reason why I'm a kind of let y'all rock with this take, because I'm looking. I just searched his name on YouTube, and that literally only video to even come up with him is that video. So you might be right. Like I put in his whole name, and only Honcho come up as Honcho from Atlanta. So I mean, you might be right. This may be just literally they may just attach the even just the rapper claim to him, maybe because he just tried to rap on. So he may not really be even a big enough rapper to his parents even paying attention to the music he paying out to, even for no reason to kind of even, I guess, wave a red flag for them to pay attention a little bit more. So I mean, y'all may be right. I can't, like I said, I'm not a parent, so sometimes I have to kind of like bend and waver when y'all are parents.